Hi there, welcome to the Teeny Tinkers channel. I make ball jointed doll and craft related content. Today I am working again on my polymer Clay BJD. So this was the result of the first part of this series. Not bad, obviously needs a lot of smoothing work and all that, and probably joint fitting and stuff later. But like there are some issues with how this is fitting together that I will be working on later. But for today, what I'm going to be working on is legs. So this is the torso. If you haven't seen that part, go check it out. And in the meantime, we are going to start sculpting the legs. This is my blueprint. Very fancy, very great. Obviously very detailed on what the joints exactly are. I mean, not particularly, but you know, enough so that like the height is not going to get completely skewed. So how I'm going to be doing the legs is I have gotten paper straws, and I don't know, I just think this is like the best option. I could regret this later, but I think if I make the pieces with the paper straws, I can like keep the channels really nice and round. I'm trying to decide if I should try and sculpt the knee at the same time. I don't think I should. I think I should take the straws and do like 2 legs, like the shape, and then bake them and then cut them, and then, but then I have to shave it out. You see, like this is the issue, because then I have to shave out where the knee is going to go, and I don't want to do that after it's cooked because that's a pain. So maybe I shape them wet, like with the uncooked clay, and then cut them and then shape out the rounds of the joints, cook it, and then make the joints. Yeah. And I hold them up to the legs. I can see right away that these are too long. And if I leave these at their full length, I think I'm going to end up with these insanely long legs because I'm going to forget how long I was supposed to make these. Like where the foot would start, ankle, I guess. And just cut that off. And then I'll just use that to make the other one the same. I guess the next thing to do is to soften the clay. So I'm going to go roll out a bunch of clay, and I'll be back when I have something workable. I'm just going to let it be double wrapped. We can just go like that. Look, a leg. And I'll do it on the other side now that I have the roller. That's going to make it a lot easier. These cardboard straws, like the paper straws, are really sturdy. All right, so they look roughly the same. I think the idea is I'm going to do the same thing I did with the torso, where it's basically just going to be a rough shape the first time I put it in the oven. That way, like I can fit the joint and stuff, and then worry about making the pieces like have a bit of detailing after, and have a spot for me to put a joint. And then after that, we'll make the joint and shape it a little better, and then add some muscle definition and stuff. All right, now we have some softened clay. I'm just gonna look at the shape of my blueprint. And the calves look honestly like just about the right size, a little smaller at the ankle, but we can cut that off later. But we need a lot more girth on the thighs, and obviously the ball at the top of the thigh. So I'm just gonna grab like some pieces like this, kind of, and move them to the side. And then the other side needs some weight too. I also need a piece here, and then a piece here. This is gonna be way too big, but yeah, pull this way. I've got about on the other side of the leg, there's like a bump on this side too, but it's higher up. I'm just gonna put that one starting here. I can actually already kind of see like where the knee is gonna go and stuff. I don't know. I don't want to jinx myself, but it seems to be coming along all right. Okay, so that's like from the front, initial step. Obviously from the side, it's looking real funky. So I see like a strip or like a round of muscle at the back of the calf as well. Probably a little lower like this, and then scraped smaller. I'm gonna have to pull some of this clay off as well, but okay, so this is the back of the knee, for example. This, okay, and then the back of the thigh has a lot of like, or not a lot of, but like more heft to it too, more than this. So I think this needs to come off a little bit. Like here. I feel like the front needs to come in a little under the knee. I do need this to be fairly smooth too, because again, like you want a smooth base, or I want at least a really smooth base to build on after. And this can be pretty thin near the channel because there's going to be a knee there anyways. I feel like there's no knee, like there's just like a spot where a knee should be, and then I should probably put some kind of fat or something in there. And that's looking a little better. Again, it's not going to be perfect, and I don't even know if I'm going to like leave the knees looking like this so much, so it's like not really worth. Like, I don't even know what kind of joints I'm doing. I will figure it out as I go. Okay. That looks a little more like a knee though. From the side, like, see how it's like bumping out? I don't want that. So if I go like this, I think this is the other part of the issue is I need to add like fat, muscle to the front of the thigh as well. There's actually too much on the back of the thigh. I went a little wild on it. And so I'll be pulling some of that off. But I think if I can get this on, I can start like just using this, like the craft knife and kind of chiseling it. Like I did with the calf, because that came, I think that looks way better already. Okay, from like a super basic standpoint, if this is the side, like this is the knee, like do you see how this is bumping up? It should be like that almost, but obviously way smoother. And then there should still be like a strip. It's a little higher in the middle. I'm trying to flip it back and forth so I can keep it kind of like not completely flat in the front, because you have like your shin bone up in the knee, which I'm fine with the look of for now. The train in the distance. I've kind of pulled the leg too long now. I'm like starting to lose the straw a little bit at the top. And I still have to put that ball, but like I think for the initial shape, that's looking pretty nice. I would like it to kind of flare out a bit more here, but I can add that after the fact. And I'm just gonna make sure I've lost too much of the fat on the side of the leg too. But again, I can add that later. I'm not trying to make it perfect right now. It's kind of cutting it close to being too close to the actual hole size. So I'm gonna just take a little off towards the top and like round it out but in, torso, that's not even gonna kind of fit. But you can kind of see the base shape. I'm gonna go spend the next 7 to 10 business days, or it's gonna feel like it, trying to make this close enough to this to feel comfortable cutting joints. So I'm not gonna make you watch that, but it's gonna be the same thing again, flipped. I guess they would go this way if I was gonna show you, but they're not perfectly symmetrical. They look actually, I'm looking at them in the camera, and now they look so much worse than they did a second ago. But like, I mean, it's not terrible. The knees, like everything's kind of like lined up. This thigh is bigger in the front. I think I'm just gonna shave them off. All right, a little better. Again, I'm not too worried about the tops being perfect because I probably am gonna have to chisel a bunch off of this. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about cutting the knees. Like here and then up so it would bend. That's what I did with that other doll I did a few weeks ago. If I want to do a double joint knee, I can have them show through the front, like where the knee is like a circle, like doll leaves or whatever. Or Fig and Fennel's knee is like that. Celestial Squad's is like cut, and then it's 2 peanuts. I guess I'll start with a straight across knee, and if I end up not liking it, that way I can chisel more out and build a knee. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because cutting it round means I have to do a shown knee, but like where the knee pokes through. But if I just cut it straight across, I have the option to do that or to not do that. So I'm just gonna line them up onto here. Stay up. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, I'm just gonna do a little score. Yeah, the heights on those look good from the front and the back. Okay, so I gotta cut through that tube too, and I'm hoping I don't mess up the leg trying to do that. I did not think this through. I should have done, yeah, there's 2 pieces. Okay. I think, yeah, okay, okay. Okay, that wasn't so bad. Should I leave this on or take this off? Probably take it off, right, to fit the joint. I'm just trying to make it like kind of stay the shape it was supposed to stay. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this. All right, so the next thing I need to do is cut the circles out, or should I cut the flats? Maybe I'll do both thighs at the same time. I'll move the calves to the side and move the thighs this way. And I'm just gonna cut piece like that out of the back, and then I'm going to cut a space. Okay, and this is where I'm going to start using the round tools. I'm going to go ahead and assume the joints are going to be like perfect balls, kind of like Fig and Fennel's. And just try and shape them that way without cracking them too much. I'm probably gonna have to build some of this back up after. Okay, there we go. So I can bury, what, 3/4 of the knee. That's like a round joint. Okay, and let's try and do that on this side. This one's so much better. Why is this one so crud? Wow. You ever take way too much off one leg? Okay, and then this one, the back, I'm just gonna mark. I feel like that's the root of the issues. Like the very back. And then I'm going to cut. And I have to build up the peanuts, like, or the calves around where the peanuts move, because, yeah, I need it to be able to bend. Okay, that one goes here. Yeah, see, right now we're not getting a lot of movement, but that is going to be easier to fix once it's baked and I can just scrape bits off. Okay, and then that one goes with this leg. See how there's like a gap now? I'll have to fix that after, but again, not a lot of movement, but I don't want to take off too much now and be like, regret. So I guess for the joints, I need 4 balls this size. All right, so hypothetically, this beautiful example of a peanut joint. So if that's the front, and then this is the side. See, I'm definitely gonna have to fill some gaps and stuff. But then hypothetically, this could come to here, and this could come to there. And then once those gaps are filled, that would look all right. Okay, so this is, I think, good for here, except for the other thing I'm gonna do is just kind of cut a little bit off around the ankle. Okay, I'll probably be adding more to that eventually, but yeah. And then an ankle joint. Okay. And then we're gonna use the same peanut because it's not leaned or anything to judge on these guys. Okay, a lot closer of a thing now. And then this one seems to have better movement, but again, yeah. I'm just gonna give these a quick smooth, and then I'm gonna throw just the pieces, not the peanut, into the oven and come back and bake them.
Hey there, it is a quick break because it is once again time for Doll of the Week. Once again, I have forgotten to film this segment, so we're using the cute little icon here while I talk about Doll of the Week. This week's Doll of the Week is super long overdue, and it is Clay BJD. They have posted a couple photos on Instagram, one of the face up for the teeny tiny Arya they have, and then one where they're on the shelf. If you can see them right there in the bottom of the shelf, but mainly because Clay did this really great video where she put the whole kit together. It's really great if you've ever bought one of my kits or any garage kit doll, so you can see how to put them together and how cute they are when they're all done. Thank you so much to Clay for posting the video and the super cute pictures. If you would like to be featured in Doll of the Week, don't forget to use hashtag TeenyTinkersDolls or hashtag TeenyTinkers, insert sculpt name here, or just tag me at TeenyTinkers. I would love to see the photos and consider you for Doll of the Week. Okay, back to the video.
So we're gonna pretend that it's immediately after when I said I'd be back and not a week later, when I actually have a minute to do this. Also, we're going to pretend that this mess and anything you happen to see on this camera is not happening. Like, I have been, wow, my eyelashes are fully sticking together. What is happening? Okay. I have been doing 10,000 other projects, and I just kept forgetting to come back to this one. And then I've got this leg. And both look like they should go about there right now, which is fine. We can carve it down later. We can pretty it up. Like if you pull some off the back here and then shape out the calf a little more, everyone should, sorry about the weird energy also, be able to get this more to like there, but we're gonna just chill on this for a bit. And let's actually make these knee joints that we were supposed to make. Probably the way to go. I'm so frazzled, like, coming back to this. I got a sudden wave of inspiration to, like, come actually do this project. But if I sculpt and I'm not in the mood to sculpt, it's not gonna go. No matter how much I want it to. It's the same for digital sculpting and drawing and anything else creative. If you try and force yourself to do the creative thing, it's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. So you just do it when you feel like doing it. Okay, I'm really feeling like silly and goofy. I definitely used one of these balls to, like, was it this one? To be like the joint? I think it was this one. Why are they so deep? Why have I done this? Like, when you come back to a week later and you're like, why have I made the decisions I've made? I think it was this size ball, and then this shrunk a little bit, which usually does happen. So I'm going to shoot to make the joints a little bit smaller than this ball. All right, I'm just going to assume that that other little peanut I'd made has faded off into the ether somewhere. I said I had motivation to sculpt, not motivation to clean, so... That's going to work better for me. They look better already. And yeah, that's immediately better. Okay, so looks like it's gonna peanut. And then we'll make the other one. Somebody commented on one of my other sculpting videos that is out at the time that I am filming this, and said, like, could I not just get wooden beads, like bigger ones, and stick them together and then, like, carve them out, I think was the idea, to make the joints, like, perfectly spherical. And, like, I could totally do that, but also then I have to try and, like, use a drill or whittle out, like, the slots on, like, knees and elbows, and I will 150% injure myself if I do that. I mean, like, I have a craft knife, and that is already a danger to me. I mean, like, how many of you were around for the days when I was opening all of my packages with a pair of open scissors and cutting myself constantly before box cutters? Last week. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, I have two mostly the same peanuts. They look pretty good to me. So I guess the next part is to add the channels. And for that, there's like a black one I've got, and it's like a pokey. All right, so I'm just putting the skewer through the knee. I've got my bead ball channel things. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my kids. They're like having the time of their lives up there, like heeing and hawing. I don't know what they're doing. They're being wild. Okay, so maybe I should carve the knees out a little bit and round them. Or should I, like, take this as an opportunity to make, like, the knees with, like, the front pieces? Because I don't think that these are even sitting. See, like, how, I don't know what happened when they baked, but they were sitting like this. And now they're sitting like this. So I'm thinking this is, like, the world telling me to, like, make the front of the knees. So I'm going to just shave off the front. All right, that's sitting better in there already. And then this one's gonna go here. Okay, so we would say like this. And then I have to build up the knee. It's like the way I sculpt knees. in Nomad Sculpt is so different, or Blender is so different than the way I sculpt them, like than what I would do with this. I think, I guess if I was going to direct translate it, I would be making a third ball like this. Maybe, let's just try that. Let's see if I can translate what I do. Okay, we can probably add more after the fact, but like, it would be like, this is the knee. So like, that's an okay looking knee joint. Like obviously it's not very smooth or anything, but that is kind of what I would do. And then it would sit, and then I'm obviously gonna have to build up around the knee. And then like this, there we go. Starting to resemble a knee a little more. Obviously I need more kind of girth on the side of this now, like on the sides of the knee. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add those and probably keep that in mind when I do the other knee. All right, so now we're getting this and this. Obviously there's gonna need to be some more fitting. I'm gonna put this to the side to bake. I'm gonna carve some more of this in a second, but for now I'm just gonna cut the channels in this knee, like cut the I guess these are channels. I like really don't know what else to call them, but like the slots, so that the string can like move. Quickly make sure this still fits. 1 and 2. And just kind of roll it like this so that I can wrap it. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure it doesn't like just start bulging out of nowhere. It like has kind of a rhyme or reason. And then, yeah, like that's already not too bad. Okay, so if that's sitting like this and then into that knee and stuff, I think that'll be okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the same thing on the other side and bake them, and we'll come back and probably not tonight, but we'll come back and I'll continue on this because this is going to take me at least another hour, I think, to get this right. All right, I am back and moving clay, and I have some very hot legs. I just pulled them out of the oven. Look, I am back, same night and everything. Like, ooh. I knew that if I left them to cool, I would actually forget about them for the rest of the night. So got my torso, yeah. And the more I look at it, I'm like, I think I'm gonna need to shave down the hips just a little bit. And like her back, there's like no arch to her back. It fixes to come, but I want to just see if I can get the legs to like sit where they're supposed to. All right, so that's leg 1. Again, is the fit the most beautiful? No. Is it terrible? Not really. And then from the side, it's not too bad. And it looks like it should do this. The view from the front isn't quite as nice. All right, so I'm whittling these because I held them up and I was like, oh, they're not the same height, and I need them to be more the same. I can always add more clay after. But yeah, I need them to be vaguely the same. So like, I mean, I think this means we're gonna have to go one more cook time after I smooth these out. But these parts aren't very equal, the slots. So 2 thigh pieces, and then I've already mixed up the joints. I think I'm gonna throw an elastic on there quick. I've got scraps, so I don't need to like waste elastic. Honestly, not too bad. So she is sitting, actually the W sit is pretty cute. If I try and flip it over to supporting on the calves, so not like a full sit back yet, we can mod for that, but Like, knees are looking pretty good. I'm not even mad at that. I'm feeling pretty good about it, to be honest. Like, it looks rough, but I have not even gotten to like any kind of finishing. I'm just trying to like make her kind of be a doll. All right, so I think this is where we're leaving off for the day. Every time I look in the viewfinder, especially, I'm like, oh, this is shaped wrong and this is shaped wrong. But we have accomplished what we have set out to do in this video, and she officially has semblance of legs. I don't think the shape of them is bad. Obviously, they're really choppy. But her like calves, I think, are shaped pretty nicely. The closer she gets, the more you see how rough she is after me whittling her. I'm not unhappy with the movement of her, like the current mobility of her legs. I'll probably give her more eventually. Just like I realized I made this like single joint thigh and I was like, oh, I could have just given her a peanut thigh. But I think this is probably a good place to start. I can always modify it later. But I'm happy with the fact that she can sit pretty straight, not with her shape of her back. Again, things we'll fix later. And like her little W sit is pretty cute. And the kneecaps aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. They still are present, but they're not like giant mountains that I thought they were going to be. I don't know. I think it's coming along. I'm trying to decide if her legs are a bit short, maybe. And if they are, a peanut thigh will fix that, because then I can just cut here and then add a whole peanut and it'll lengthen the leg. And then I can lengthen the calf a little bit too. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, officially, this is where we're going to end this video. Let me know what you think. Obviously, it's still only the second video. I'm sure this is probably going to be a 6 to 10 part series. We have a long way to go. There are still arms, and that includes like the arms and the elbows. I'll also be doing a video for hands and feet. And then following that, probably body modifications. That's probably where we'll start getting into like making things look more even and like carving out her back a little bit and like filling gaps and like all that kind of stuff in that video. And then I'll probably do the head, or start the head and then hollow out the head, and then probably sanding and smoothing as much as I can in a video. I'm feeling really good about this. I think she looks great. I'm happy with the for this being her first fitting for her legs and stuff. Like I'm not mad at it. If you're already subscribed to my channel, thanks so much for subscribing. If you're new here, I hope you like the content and will consider subscribing. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.